Alright, fans, here we go with the second matchup that's going to be happening on Sunday. And a personal favorite of mine, one that I'm really looking forward to, because actually this is going to be the rematch of the AFC Championship from last year in the playoffs, that will see two teams that know each other very well, or should know each other very well. It's going to be the New York Jets against the always determined Indianapolis Colts. Two great quarterbacks, Peyton Manning, Mark Sanchez. Should be a good one. So let's get into it. Okay, we've got the Indianapolis Colts, a team that many thought that would not get into this position that they're in now. Some people didn't even think that they were going to win the AFC this year. But in typical Indianapolis Colts fashion, they always exceed expectations. They always tend to shut the mouth of all the doubters and all the critics in the NFL. Why? Because of one person. Their leader, the great Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is not a guy that's going to settle for failure, and is not going to let his team fail on top of that. And I believe when you have that type of personality and you have that type of leader on your team, you'll succeed all the time, anytime. And that's exactly what they've done. They've succeeded. They won the AFC once again this year, and they're going, oh, I'm sorry, wait. They didn't win the NFC. They didn't win the AFC this year. I'm sorry. That would be the Kansas City Chiefs that's won the AFC this year. I am so sorry about that. I should say they won the AFC South. They won their division. They did not win the conference. They won their division. And not even many people thought that they were going to do that, except me, because that's just how the Colts are. They just always come back and just defy expectations. So, let's talk about this game. So we've got this dynamic offense that consists of Peyton Manning. You've got Reggie Wayne, Pierre Garçon, Austin Collie, even though he's probably out and won't play this game, or this whole playoffs if they do so happen to get past the Jets here. But you've got Wayne, Garçon, Joseph Adai appears to be back, I should say, in Joseph Adai form. So he probably might play this playoffs. Who knows? Probably might be Donald Brown. I don't know. But from what I've seen, Joseph Adai will be starting, hopefully, I guess. And then you've got, some incredibly new faces on this offense. You've got Blair White, the rookie. You've got Jacob Tamme, where did he come from? But again, that's just the experience of Peyton Manning. He has the ability to make his team better. That's just how he is. That's why he's great. That's why he's a two-time Super Bowl MVP, and that's why he has been a Super Bowl champion, because he makes the guys that have been the least, have played at their least best throughout the whole entire year, towards the end of the season, the regular season, going into the postseason, he tends to make these guys better. And that's exactly what he has done. And now, look at them. They've gotten started. They've gotten starting positions on this team. The guy, unbelievable. But anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about what this offense has to do to get by this difficult defense of the New York Jets. Now, I know that Peyton Manning is a guy that loves to come out of the gates firing. But in this case, when you've got a rugged defense like this New York Jets team, you might not want to do that so quick. Because you've got some really good D-backs in Darrelle Revis and Antonio Cromartie that can pick you off and change the complexion of the game within an instant. So, you might not want to pull the trigger too quick. You might want to go ahead and load up the clip a little bit, get some bullets in the gun before you shoot that thing. So, how do you load up and set up that passing game? Simple. The running game. Let's see how Peyton Manning runs the ball against this defense. And since Joseph Addai, who is basically their best back on this offense, let's see how Joseph Addai runs the ball. Let's see if, he really has gotten his mojo back. Let's see if he can look like the Joseph Addai from the Super Bowl. I mean, even though you're only good as your last performance, but still, let's see how he does. Let's see how Peyton Manning executes the run game. Because the New York Jets have shown some vulnerability. They have left holes in the defense for people to run the ball on them. Perfect example, the Chicago Bears. If you looked at that game, Arian Foster, he was just running circles around that defense at will. So it'll be interesting to see if Peyton Manning can kind of imply that same strategy that the Bears did when they played against the Jets. Obviously, they were successful. They won the game. Why can't the Colts be? You know what I'm saying? But I think that's what Peyton Manning is going to have to do with this stifling defense of the Jets. I think he's going to have to run the ball a little bit, kind of wear him down, get first downs. I know that the Jets defense is going to look to shut the run game down. I know they're going to try to make Peyton Manning work. And I know they're going to try to get to him as early and as often as possible. So, we just have to see. Now, if Peyton Manning is smart, if he's smart, he'll run the ball. He won't try to pass it. He won't try to scramble and run. He'll run the ball. Hold on, I got another call, guys. Okay, it seems I don't have another call. Okay, but that's what Peyton Manning needs to do, at least for the first half of this game, is he needs to run the ball and try to wear the New York Jets defense down. And if he feels the pressure coming, then that's when you get rid of that ball. He has a good enough arm, and he passes well enough to where he can throw strikes to his receivers. But if he does not have any pressure coming at him, then he would try to run the ball and try to get some good yardage, possibly for a field goal or a touchdown. Because I guarantee you, this Jets defense is too good to let you just run it into the end zone. So they might have to settle for a field goal, but hey, points is points, and you put them up on the scoreboard. There you go. Now, as far as the Colts defense is concerned, now we know that Mark Sanchez is not the fastest guy. And we know that Mark Sanchez doesn't handle pressure well. He's just one of those quarterbacks that, that plays kind of cautious. So I think with him having that personality as a quarterback, I think this, you could kind of say, would be easy pickings for the Colts defense, especially for guys like Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis, who are going to try to come full speed ahead at Mark Sanchez and put him on the ground early and often. Because, hey, it's not like Mark Sanchez is a big guy anyway. So he only has so many options. So Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis are going to have to use their agility and their speed, and they're going to have to rush Mark Sanchez as much as possible, put him on the ground, and try to get him off the field quickly. No question about it. So, and they're going to have to, I believe that the Colts defense can defend the pass pretty well. I mean, you know, they've got some pretty good backs back there, you know, that can defend that pass and can pick Mark Sanchez off. I mean, we've seen it done, you know, plenty of times. I mean, the Chicago Bears did a great job of it, reading Mark Sanchez. Chris Harris, he got the game-winning interception to seal the game. So, yeah, I believe that the Colts defense won't have to worry about, you know, the passing game of the Jets. Now, as far as the run goes, that might be a different story, because LT is just one of those explosive running backs that can just pound it inside and can keep going. He's sort of like Michael Turner in a way. So how are you going to stop LT? So, and then, you know, in the passing game, how is Mark Sanchez going to be able to maneuver around those big linebackers like Freeney, like Mathis, to get to either Santonio Holmes, Braylon Edwards, or Jericho Cotchery? How will he maneuver that? I mean, Mark Sanchez doesn't have the best footwork in the world, but, I mean, if you give him an opening, he'll take it. Bottom line. So, that'll be interesting to see. But, you know, I think what's going to come down to this game is, you know, can the New York Jets defense slow Peyton Manning down? Can they get to him early? That will be the question. Because Peyton Manning is a big man. And he's pretty athletic too. So it'll be interesting to see, can the Jets defense nullify the passing game of the Colts offense? Can they do it? Will they do it? I say they can, and you know what? I think they will. I think that the Jets defense is going to go back and they're going to look at that AFC Championship game from last year, and I think they're going to brush up on stuff that they didn't do and that they could have done. Because looking at that game last year, which was a complete decimation, by the way, they left a lot of opportunities out there on the field. So I think they're going to come back with a renewed strategy, and I think they're going to try to get to Peyton Manning as early and as often as possible. And you know what? I know the Colts are good at home, but hey, the Houston Texans went in there and upset them the first couple of weeks of the season, so why can't the Jets? So, you know what? I'm going to pick an upset special on this. I'm going to say the New York Jets go in to Peyton Manning's house, and they shut him down, and they beat the Indianapolis Colts. That's what I think is going to happen. If you disagree with me, leave me a comment and share your thoughts. Tell me why you think I'm wrong. Tell me what you think Peyton Manning can do to work around this dominating defense of the New York Jets. Tell me. I want to know. So you and I can have a healthy debate and hopefully come to some compromise on how the Colts are going to win this game. Now, I'm not counting out the Indianapolis Colts, because when you have Peyton Manning on your side, you've always got a chance. But Peyton Manning has shown some real vulnerability this season. And, you know, I just have a feeling that he's going to get a little bit too caught up, and he's going to let his ego overtake his intelligence, and he might end up making a mistake. That's just my honest opinion. I just can't trust Peyton Manning just yet. But I do believe he has a chance to win, because they are playing at home. And that's the way with the Ravens too. I do believe the Ravens have a chance to beat the Chiefs. So, there you have it, New York Jets. There you go. Stay tuned for my next video. Peace.